rocking, and lift. But now I need us to get into what I call our two-stand series. The two-stand series. The idea of this is that we are creating momentum, and enough momentum that it makes us stand up. So we're going to start really basic with the row. Instead of just pulling to my ears, I'm going to pull so hard that it makes me stand up. Okay? We're creating this backward engaging motion. So here, pull, and down. Pro tip is I want the rings to stay by your head until you stand all the way up. And then down. We are going to be adjusting the rings back up like this basically every rep, but that's okay as we're understanding. Glute squeeze for this first part. Let me see 3 reps. Now guys, I call the hybrid to stand, and it's slowly building us into what we would call the dynamic to stand. And all I want to do now is get the idea of your hips working and pulling back hard enough to stand. So I'm in this position now, so instead of here, I'm here. My first movement is head back. My head leads the hips, and then I'm going to fire to a standing position in a fast motion. Looks like this. Head, hips, pull. And again. Head, hips, pull. Before you go into it, why is the head important? Well, I'm telling you. But yeah, you got the right idea. Guys, the head leads what the rest of the body's going to do. If my head is back, it puts my cervical spine in a place that the rest of my body wants to follow into an arch. For my body to arch, when my cervical spine is here, it doesn't like it. Okay? So if I want to get into this big rainbow arch lift position, I have to have my head up. If my chin is tucked, we're not going to get there. Your hips will stay closed. So I need the head to lead, at least watching the rings or looking behind you as my hips go and I pull. So my finished position should be here. I should be looking directly at the ceiling. If you're not looking at the ceiling, we've probably messed something up. Let's give it a try, guys. One more, yep. So we're here. Watch me. So slow motion is going to go here. Fast motion is going to look like here. Cool? Of course. Hey, so we are moving from this dynamic thing, and all we're going to do is lower the rings down slightly. The lower the rings go, the more difficult this idea becomes. So what I need us to do, guys, is we're going to take the rings, and we're going to put the bottom of the ring to the top of your hip. So bottom of ring to top of hip. Look, almost identical. We're just going to start with our butt on the ground. My feet are in line with the upright. I'm sitting all the way down on the ground. So now I've got to go from a dead stop position. We are going to fire the same way. Head leads the hips, finish with the pull. Remember, we get bonus points if you throw yourself through. Okay? That's what I want to see. It's to stand. Lift to stand. Dynamic to stand. Guys, this big arch position, this rainbow position that we create is a necessity for this. The more we can get our hips open past our shoulders and knees, the easier this movement becomes. Okay? Easier this movement becomes. We're going to add an element here, okay, called the rocking series. The rocking series. We need to understand how to do what we did here without my feet planted. So we're going to find some space over here, and we're going to start very, very basic. Starting on the ground, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my knees back hard enough to where just my shoulder blades are on the ground. So my knees drive up into this position and down. Knees drive up and down. I need us to roll all the way back to where shoulder blades are on the ground. If you've ever done a candlestick, same idea, but keeping knees bent. Cool? Let me see it. I want to finish here as high as you can get this. So this is technically a hip bridge. I want overextended, almost so much that your glutes cramp. Okay, so lay down. Let's try that. That overextended glute activation is what we have to feel for a moment on the Kipping Ring muscle up. There is an aggressive glute squeeze. Now we're going to put both of those together. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to rock back until shoulder blades are on the ground. Then I want you to pretend I made a video, and it was a funny one. If you guys played the game Donkey Kong, the old school one where the barrels are rolling, I want you to pretend that a barrel's rolling towards you. You're jumping your feet up and over the barrel, finishing with an extended hip. So it's going to look like this, up and over, finish here. Again, barrel's rolling, my legs come up and over, and I finish here in that tight hip extension. Guys, let me see this even more. Rock back more. Do not make this next drill more complicated than it needs to be. Bring it over here. We're not changing the ring height. I am laying back. We are going to rock my knees back until that tailbone comes off the ground. Then we're going to shoot up and over. Don't do anything with your arms. They are ropes. They are hanging. So I'm here, knees back. That's it. A cue that can help is I want to bring my toes to the rings and finish here. We following? Let's give it a try. Do not do anything with your arms. I know you're going to, but I'm telling you not to. Now we get to add, we get the opportunity, if you will, to add the two stand. I call this the 90, okay? The two stand. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do the same thing you just did. We are going to drive back. We are going to shoot up and over, and your goal is that same motion that we felt on the dynamic to stand, okay? I'm here in this position, legs drive back. My goal is here, okay? For you, it might just be face pull. That's okay if we feel that. What it cannot be is here. So I need the hips to open. Think once the glutes squeeze, they stay squeezed. So here, squeeze. Cool. All right. Right here, let's go. Hey, we're going back one through, and I want to see if we can make it bigger. Okay? Because the bigger you go here, the better. Think the barrel has gotten bigger that I need to jump over. And so now I've got to do this big up and over on the lift. Up and over. Let's see if you can go even bigger. See behind you. I'm pumped. I've got one more element on the low rings and the two stand, and then we're going to be up on the boxes. And nothing really changes here, okay? It's the same movement, but we're just adding an element of forward driving to come backwards. It's called the rocking to face pull, or rocking to stand. So I was here, and my knees drove back. The only thing that I'm changing is I'm starting in this front-loaded position, pretending that the string is tied to my toes. We're going to rock back as we go. It's this motion. All I want to see, guys, is you do this. Rock back enough to where my tailbone comes off the ground. Do you see that? That's what I want to see, guys. Everybody jump on the rings, go forward, rock back, stay tight until your tailbone comes off. This is a rock to stand. I'm reaching forward, exactly the same drill. We are creating lift, up and over, okay? Rocking and lift, up and over. I need you to feel this lift. Are we ready? Hey guys, this is the introduction to the swing to box series, the swing to box series. It starts off a little bit slow, but I promise it builds, and it's worth it. I'm going to be on these sets of rings, because these are the Justin size rings. When you're setting it up, You want the boxes as close as you can get while still allowing a swing through. The first one is called the swing to sit. It is teaching you the very basic mechanics. So we're going to start here. I'm going to start every muscle up, it's actually important, in an L sit. Dead hang, L sit, and then we go. So we're never jumping into the rings, especially when we're learning. Hang, L sit, drive back, and then what we're going to do is we are going to jump our feet up and on top. So we're in this position here, going L sit, swing, drive, and sit. Notice that my hips are lower than the box. I'm not finishing here. I'm here. Does that make sense? Next step here. We are going to go swing to sit to either face pull or stand. Okay, kind of based on how strong we feel that pull is. So I'm here. L sit, swing, and here. Pause. And then we're going to violently drive the hips up. This is that dynamic drill that we did over there. And so I'm going to go head, hips to stand. Or we might go head, hips just to face pull. Both are fine. Take the sit portion out. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go L sit, swing back. My toes are going to come up. That barrel's coming. I've got to lift up and over. See if I go to a stand position. So it looks like this here. We are going L sit, drive, toes, hips. So my toes come up. The barrel's coming. It's rolling. I jump up and over.